Hey, what is up? First day of spring and March Madness is in the air. This is March 20th, 2025. 2 minutes in the box with Gordo. Today we're going to recap last night's two games on TNT, and we are going to be giving up the updates of the latest playoff races and latest news and rumors, and me beefing LeBron James. And I forgot the announcement about Trump and Putin conversation of a potential KHL NHL tune-up matchup for, who's got the better championship hockey team, and Connor Bedard's potential new contract and tonight's games because it's a heavy one. It's 14 games. Okay, first up, last night, Kelly Sutherland gave the Maple Leafs an accidental win, a 2-1 victory against the Colorado Avalanche. And I'll tell you, that is just a bunch of BS. You're going for a play, Stephen Lawrence gets the puck and a bounce from Kelly Sutherland, and it was a fluky play. I gotta say, that was just a fluky play and a accidental but controversial win. That was just one of those things. And, Simon Benoit makes the play, hits Kelly Sutherland, and Stephen Lawrence gets that shorthanded goal, which helped the Toronto Maple Leafs win against the Colorado Avalanche 2-1. It was a very good game, but controversial victory for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And now they are technically tied with the Florida Panthers first in the Atlantic Division. And the second game, Seattle Kraken against the Minnesota Wild. Minnesota blows out 4-0. What a win for the Minnesota Wild, increasing their lead in the first wild card spot. And Gustafson, what a game for him. Shutout. Boom. Yeah. So now we go to our standing updates. All right, now. So, like I said about a few seconds ago, the Florida Panthers, Toronto Maple Leafs tied with 85 points apiece. Meanwhile, Tampa Bay Lightning are third with 83. And the Metropolitan, the Washington Capitals, 98. Carolina Hurricanes, 86. New Jersey Devils, third with 80. And the Washington Capitals could be the team that going to be like, what a turnaround. Last year, they were the last team in to make the playoffs. Now, this year, now they're going to be the first team in for the Stanley Cup playoffs of this year. Just simply wow, what a turnaround. Last year, the team barely made it. Now, after that retool in offseason, bam, now they're going to be the first team in the playoffs. Now, meanwhile, in the wild card, you've got the Ottawa Senators still at 77 for the wild card one, Montreal Canadiens at the wild card two with 73, and climbing and clamoring is the New York Rangers with 72, three-way tie with the Islanders, Blue Jackets, Red Wings with 70, and 69 for the Boston Bruins. And we go to the Western Conference. Winnipeg Jets, 98 points still, top of the Central Division. Dallas Stars, 89 points. Colorado Avalanche, third in the Central with 85. That loss was very consequential. It cost them. If the Avalanche would have won, they would have been 2 points behind the Dallas Stars. And now in the Pacific Division, you've got the Vegas Golden Knights, 86 points. Edmonton Oilers, 84. LA Kings, 81. Very tight, very close indeed. Edmonton potentially wins tonight. They tie with the Vegas Golden Knights for first. And let's see what happens with the standings. And meanwhile, the Minnesota Wild with 83 points, wild card one, 2 points behind the Colorado Avalanche, and four right behind the Dallas Stars. This is getting climatic here. And then you've got wild card number two, Vancouver Canucks. Canucks tied with the St. Louis Blues. Calgary Flames clamoring on. Utah Hockey Club climbing, but they have to win tonight. And now you get the Anaheim Ducks. They're barely holding on, but they're holding on a fight, a very good fight indeed. Seattle Kraken was 65, but we already have several eliminations in the Western Conference. All right, let's get to tonight's games, shall we? Tonight we got 14 games, and it's going to be a lot of fun to see because this is going to be one of those March Madness things. All right, Colorado Avalanche playing the Ottawa Senators tonight. Colorado could potentially win, but Ottawa, they're on a hot streak right now. Now, that's a matchup you got to be intrigued by. Colorado is looking for a vengeance of that controversial loss of last night, and they want to get into that spot where Dallas is right now. But let's find out who Dallas plays tonight. Oh, yeah, the Tampa Bay Lightning, crucial points for that one. So the second game, Calgary Flames against New Jersey Devils, both teams trying to stay relevant. Calgary trying to get back into the wild card chase, and New Jersey trying to stay third in the Metropolitan. That matchup right there, all the marbles right there. Meanwhile, Toronto Maple Leafs at MSG, Toronto Maple Leafs potential victory. They get the lead in the Atlantic Division over the Florida Panthers and the New York Rangers. If they win, there's a good chance that they can leapfrog the Montreal Canadiens for that final wildcard spot. Next game, Philadelphia Flyers and the Washington Capitals. As I said earlier about the Washington Capitals win, they are in, the first team in, and this one is in DC. And the Florida Panthers and the Columbus Blue Jackets. Columbus Blue Jackets victory, that would mean a potential wild card two, and they're going to be scoreboard watching like the stock market. The Florida Panthers, though, a lot riding because they have to win this one, because this one right here is that they can keep the lead in the Atlantic Division, but they got a scoreboard watch over the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Toronto Maple Leafs. This is a very crucial, important matchup. And meanwhile, Montreal Canadiens playing against the New York Islanders. And this matchup here is an important one because Montreal could keep the lead in the final wildcard spot, or the New York Islanders could leapfrog and get in back in the playoff race. This is going to be a close matchup. I mean, this is going to be one of those matchups. I mean, the Islanders, the last couple of games, they clawed their way back and won those games. And especially with Montreal's second wild card, and the Islanders, they are on a three-way tie with Columbus and the Detroit Red Wings. This right here is all of the marbles for this one tonight. Next one, we've got the St. Louis Blues against the Vancouver Canucks. This right here, wild card implications in the West. Right here, it's an all or nothing, do or die. Each one of the, if one of those team wins, they maintain the lead. The other one, it leapfrogs. So it's a tie between Vancouver and St. Louis. So whoever wins, they are in the second final wildcard spot as of for now. Now you've got the Anaheim Ducks and the Nashville Predators. Anaheim trying to stay in this race. Nashville, they have other plans, but this here is going to be a close matchup. I believe it's going to be one of those matchups that Anaheim has got to stay in this race. They're still alive, but Nashville, it's been a very disappointing year. After that spending spree they went on in the offseason, it was been a dud for the Nashville Predators. They're looking for their confidence and self-esteem back, though. But Anaheim, they're on a mission to stay in this playoff race. Meanwhile, you've got the Dallas Stars against the Tampa Bay Lightning in Dallas. This matchup is crucial because Tampa Bay could actually get a victory with the help of Toronto and Florida losing. So this matchup here is crucial on both sides. And Dallas, though, they want to maintain that second place spot in the Central Division. And this is going to be another hard-fought battle. Yeah. This is going to be one of those matchups. This is another circle important game to watch. You know, like I said, it's first day of spring and it's March Madness. Meanwhile, you got the LA Kings against the Chicago Blackhawks. This one right here, LA could actually get this dub, but Chicago, they still have a little fight, but not enough. But LA, though, they want to maintain that third place position and potentially climbing as a second seed in the Pacific Division. And now you got the Winnipeg Jets against the Edmonton Oilers. And this is an all Canadian, all Royale right here. Best team in the West in the NHL against the Western Conference champs. I got to say, Winnipeg gets the lead, but Edmonton wants to leapfrog the Vegas Golden Knights. Now, that's another matchup, intriguing matchup indeed. I gotta be saying Toronto, not Toronto, Winnipeg and Edmonton. That matchup is going to be close, but I gotta go Winnipeg. Gotta go Winnipeg. Now you've got Buffalo and Utah. Utah still has some fight left in them. And I believe Utah and against Buffalo. Buffalo has been a dumpster fire, for the most of the season. I'm gonna say Utah climbs in and they increase their odds of making the playoffs. I mean, don't forget we have 14 games tonight. Everybody's scoreboard watching. This is very important indeed. And then you got the Boston Bruins against the Vegas Golden Knights. Vegas gets a potential win, increases their lead in the Pacific Division, and meanwhile the Bruins, they're lowly and they want to at least get a point or two because they're somewhat still in this playoff race in the Eastern Conference, but let's see what happens on both ends. And then the last game of the evening, Carolina Hurricanes against the San Jose Sharks. Sharks who are eliminated. Carolina's got a lot riding on it. Second place in the Metropolitan. I gotta say, Carolina steamrolls. Oh yeah, steamrolls. And don't forget, tomorrow we only have one game, which is Columbus and Pittsburgh. And yeah, right here, this is a key matchup and a key game for Columbus because points, points, points. Very important indeed. And we got now the latest news and rumors. And Mitch Marner, on the other hand, I could see him leaving Toronto. Toronto, he's a hometown kid. He wants to stay in Toronto, but Pittsburgh is in this race. Kyle Dubas and Mitch Marner have had a previous relationship with the Toronto Maple Leafs. So, Mitch Marner, there's teams like Pittsburgh Penguins, the Utah Hockey Club, the Chicago Blackhawks, the Anaheim Ducks. Those four, maybe five teams could be in there. Who are they again? Oh, yeah, it was Pittsburgh, Chicago, Utah, Anaheim, LA. Those teams are in the hunt for Mitch Marner. And there could be another six team in there. There could be another six team in this race. I mean, Seattle could be a team that could be highly interested. I mean, can Mitch Marner be his own man? And I'll say, speaking if he goes to Chicago, Mitch Marner, if he goes there, that means Connor Bedard, he is looking for a hefty payday as well. He's looking forward to see what happens with the next collective bargaining agreement. And he's thinking, if I can get a huge payday and I can get some help this offseason, I could get that 8-year maximum contract and I get basically 20% of the cap. I mean, I feel bad for Mitch Marner because he's in a dumpster fire organization right now with the Chicago Blackhawks, but it's a damn shame. It's a real damn shame because, Bedard's got generational talent, but he needs a better cast of players that can build around. I mean, look at Sidney Crosby. He had the immediate help. Steven Stamkos had the immediate help. Ovechkin had the immediate help. Kane and Taves had the immediate help. I mean, you got to get help. You got to get help. Chicago, you got to get rid of that tarnished reputation, move on, and get your shit together. You do not want to lose Bedard, you know, after the lockout of 2026 or after the CBA talks, but you got to pay to make yourselves relevant and great again. I mean, you got to. That's your job. That is your damn job. And we go over to the Trump and Vladimir Putin talks. All right, Donald Trump, Vladimir Putin, they had a 3.5, 4 hour meeting over the phone. And one of the conversations that were brought up were a potential tune up exhibition, best of seven, between the Stanley Cup champs against the Georgian champs of the KHL. So you're getting the NHL Stanley Cup champs against the Georgian KHL champs against each other in the best of seven. I mean, it would be like the Summit Series of 1972. I would like to see this happen, but it's a political sensitive conversation and controversial, but I would like this for a potential replacement for the NHL All-Star game. Think about it. Have a neutral site game, either with the NHL All-Star Game host against the KHL champs or the Stanley Cup champs against the KHL champs. I think it would be a fun matchup, but who knows? Right there and then now, I believe the NHL should revamp the NHL All-Star game. Like I said yesterday, I think they should go back to 3 periods, 5-on-5, 3 goalies, East versus West, not this 3-on-3 Metro Central Atlantic Pacific crap. No more. Or we go Stanley Cup champs against the NHL All-Stars. Or basically the All-Stars against the host city. Now that right there would intrigue all parties in the NHL between the Players Association and the NHL as well. All right, now LeBron James just pisses me off. All right, who the hell does he think he is? He's a jackass. He's a bum. You know, he's part of that Fenway Sports Group with the Pittsburgh Penguins. And why in the hell is he wearing the division rivals jersey, the Columbus Blue Jackets Stadium Series jersey? That's just a bunch of bullshit. I mean, he's Benedict Arnold. I mean, he's been a dick. And I'll say this. Why, LeBron, are you wearing your division rivals jersey while you're a minority owner of the Pittsburgh Penguins? You have no right. That is sacrilege. Represent the team that you're a partner, co-owner of, instead of, oh, I'm just a hometown kid. I can do whatever I want, and I'm the chosen one by the media, etc. LeBron, you're a jackass. Wear a Pittsburgh Penguin jersey. You're a minority partner ownership with Fenway Sports and Entertainment Group, not Columbus Blue Jackets. That is sacrilege. Bro, you think you can get a hall pass? Well, go F yourself. You're a bum. You're an embarrassment to the sport of basketball and your fandom and your loyalty and royalty too. I mean, come on. Wear a goddamn Pittsburgh Penguin jersey, not a Blue Jackets jersey. You're just making an ass out of yourself. Come on. You're a minority owner of the Pittsburgh Penguins, not the Columbus Blue Jackets. I don't care you're from Ohio. I mean, who cares you're from Ohio? Why? That is just a black eye and a punch to the gut. Pittsburgh Penguin fans, you should rebel against LeBron James. LeBron has no right to be a minority owner of an NHL team. He's a jackass, and I don't want to go any further because it's a very deep rabbit hole of his personal life and crucial way of tearing down his legacy and his statue. All right. So, like I said, 14 games tonight and 1 tomorrow. This has been 2 Minutes in the Box with Gordo. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe on the following: YouTube, X, Rumble, Facebook, Instagram, True Social, etc. We'll be back here tomorrow recapping the crazy night of March Madness and the first day of spring. This has been 2 Minutes in the Box with Gordo. Have a great rest of the day.